Good day, Math Wizards! In today's topic, we will be discussing all about the measures of position for ungrouped data. Our learning competencies for this topic are illustrates the following measures of position, quartiles, deciles, and percentiles, and calculate a specified measures of position like for example, 90th percentile of a set of data. Since you are done with your 4th prelims exam, have you ever wondered about your rank in the class based on the result of your exams? Or how about knowing how many of your classmates you have outdone because of your score? Or thinking if you have more classmates who have surpassed your score? Are you not curious about your position in class in terms of scores you obtained? Okay, so in this lesson, we will be able to understand the use of measures of position and its interpretation. So first, let's define what is measures of position. It is a number that tells where the score stands relative to the others in a set of data. These measures would help us know how a score fits into the data, how it compares to other scores in the data, or even how it compares to another score in another data set. Okay? Another one is it is a measure whether a value is about the average or whether it's unusually high or low. There are three measures of position that we will tackle, and these are the three common measures of position. We have the quartiles, deciles, and percentiles. So first, let's have the quartiles. So let's define what is quartiles. Points that divide a rank into 4 equal parts. And each set of data has 3 quartiles. Okay, so we have the lower quartile, or also known as quartile 1. We have the middle or the median quartile, also known as quartile 2, and the upper quartile, which is the quartile 3. So quartile 1 is equivalent to 25%, and quartile 2 is equivalent to 50%, and quartile 3 is equivalent to 75%. So next is we have the deciles. Points that divide a rank data into 10 equal parts. And each set of data has 9 deciles. So as you can see, we have the decile 1, decile 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And decile 1 is equivalent to 10%, and decile 2 is equivalent to 20%, decile 3 is equivalent to 30%, decile 4 is equivalent to 40%, 5 is to 50%, 6 is to 60%, 7 is 70%, and decile 8 is equivalent to 80%, and decile 9 is equivalent to 90%. So now let's proceed with percentiles, points that divide a rank data into 100 equal parts, and each set of data has 99 percentiles. Okay, so in here class, as you can see is we have 10 equal parts, and each part is equivalent to 10 parts. So therefore, we have 100 equal parts, and each set of data has 99 percentiles. So we have here P10 up to P90 percentiles. Okay, so for example is we are looking for 10th percentile, and it is equivalent to 10%. Okay, so P10 is equal to 10%, P20 is equal to 20%, so on and so forth. So dito class, kung ano yung hinahanap nating value ng percentiles is yun din yung equivalent na percentage. Okay, so like for example, if we are looking for the 56th percentile, therefore it is equivalent to 56%. Okay, so these are the formulas that we will be using for today's topic. Okay, so if we are looking for the position of quartiles, we have the formula of QK is equal to K over 4 multiplied by N plus 1. And if we are looking for the deciles, we have DK is equal to K over 10 multiplied by N plus 1. And for percentiles, we have PK is equal to K over 100 multiplied by N plus 1. So, yung K dito class is the number that we are looking for. Like for example, we are looking for 50th quartiles. Therefore, the K is equivalent to 50. And yung N natin dito is the total number of data. To solve the measures of position for ungrouped data, there are different methods to solve, such as general methods, linear interpolation methods, and Mendenhall and Sinsich method. And today we will be using the Mendenhall and Sinsich method. Okay, so in using this Mendenhall and Sinsich method, we need to follow the following rules. Okay, so we all know that quartile 2, decile 5, and percentile 50 are all equal to 50% since they are located in the middle of the distribution or the data set. So looking at the figure, we can see that the position of decile 1 is here, and the quartile 1 is here, and the percentile 40 is here. And decile 1 is equivalent to 10%, and quartile 1 is equivalent to 25%, and P40 or the percentile 40 is equivalent to 40%. As you can notice, these measures of position is less than 50%, right? Then if we are looking for the measures of position which is less than 50%, and these are located at the left side of the distribution, therefore the rules that we need to follow is that if the value that are computed have decimal points, that means we need to round up. Okay, so dito class, i-disregard natin kung ano yung value ng decimal na kasama ng computed value na meron tayo. Okay, so let's say for example, we have 4.5. That means ang position na ilulocate natin ay nasa 5th. Okay, so in your previous lesson, kapag decimal point natin is 0.5, therefore kailangan natin siyang i-round up. Pero dito sa Mendenhall and Sinsich method, i-disregard natin yung mga rules na i-round up natin or i-round down natin. So dito is kapag nasa left side siya at meron tayong decimal points, kailangan natin siyang i-round up. So like for example, we have 4.2. So in your previous lesson, kapag 0.2 siya, i-round down natin. Pero pag dito sa Mendenhall and Sinsich method, kailangan natin siyang i-round up. Basta nasa left side yung ating value or less than 50%. Okay, so yung 4.2 natin is we have 5th. So therefore, yung ilulocate nating position ay nasa 5th position. Okay, again, looking at the figure, we can say that the position of decile 6 is here, and quartile 3 is here, and the P or the percentile of 90 is here. And decile 6 is equivalent to 60%, and quartile 3 is equivalent to 75%, and P90 or the percentile 90 is equivalent to 90%. As you can see, these measures of position is greater than 50%. Then if we are looking for the measures of position which is greater than 50%, and these are located at the right side of the distribution, therefore the rules that we need to follow, if the value that are computed have decimal points, that means we need to round down. Okay, so dito class, again, i-disregard natin kung ano yung value ng decimal na kasama ng computed value. So let's say for example, we have 6.5. So sa method na to, kailangan natin siyang i-round down. So therefore, we have 6. And another one is we have 6.2. So that means ang position na ilulocate pa rin natin ay nasa 6th. Okay, so dito class, again, kapag nasa left side siya, kailangan natin siyang i-round down, at kapag nasa right side naman siya, kailangan natin siyang i-round up. So kapag yung measures of position natin is less than 50%, therefore kailangan natin siyang i-round up. At kapag yung measures of position natin is greater than 50%, therefore kailangan natin siyang i-round down. Okay, so take note class, if the answers do not have a decimal place, then you don't need to use the rule in Mendenhall and Sinsich method anymore. Okay, so ginagamit lang natin yung Mendenhall and Sinsich method kapag yung answer natin is merong decimal point. Okay? So for you to be able to understand the concept of measures of position, let's have an example. Okay, so find the quartiles of the score of the grade 10 students in their 20 items math quiz. Given the data set, we have 18, 16, 4, 8, 12, 15, 2, 7, 9, 20, 6, 5, and 10. So in here class, we need to arrange the values in ascending order. So from lowest to highest. Okay, so ano ba yung mauuna natin dito? Okay, so we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 15, 16, 18, and 20. So what is the value of our n? Since n is the total number of the data. Therefore, the value of our n here is equal to 13. Okay, so in here class, we have quartiles. So there are three types, or there are three different kinds of quartiles. We have the quartiles 1, quartile 2, and quartile 3. So first, let's find what is quartile 1. Okay, so the formula in finding quartiles is we have the QK is equal to K over 4 multiplied by N minus 1. Okay, so yung K natin dito is kung ano yung hinahanap natin. Okay, so Q1 is equal to 1/4. Since K is equal to 1, so substitute lang natin yung value ng K dito sa ating formula and also yung value ng ating N, which is 13. So we have 1 over 4 multiplied by 13 plus 1, and 13 plus 1 is equal to 14. So 1/4 multiplied by 14, we have 3.5, and we all know that Q1 is located at the right side of the distribution, therefore kailangan nating i-round up. So yung 3.5 natin dito is magiging 4. Therefore, ilulocate natin yung value ng ating Q1 or yung quartile 1 doon sa pang-apat. So, bilang tayo ng apat, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, therefore, the value of our Q1 is equal to 6. And if we will interpret it, quartile 1 is equal to 25%. It means that 25% of the student has a score of less than or equal to 6. Okay, so let's proceed with quartile 2. Okay, so the formula is we have QK is equal to K over 4 multiplied by N plus 1. Okay, so substitute natin since we are looking for quartile 2, therefore the value of our K is equal to 2. Okay, so substitute lang natin yung value ng K at yung value ng ating N. Okay, so since we have 2 over 4 multiplied by 13 plus 1, and ang lowest term ng 2 over 4 is equal to 1/2, and 13 plus 1 is equal to 14. So 1/2 multiplied by 14 is equal to 7. So since wala namang decimal point, hindi na natin gagamitin yung Mendenhall and Sensich method. Okay, so ang position na hahanapin natin is yung pang 7. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Therefore, the value of our quartile 2 is equal to 9. So, quartile 2 is equal to 50%. So, when we interpret it, quartile 2 is 50%. That means that 50% of the students has a score of less than or equal to 9. Okay, so now let's proceed with quartile 3. So, same formula yung gagamitin natin. So, we need to substitute the value of K and N since we are looking for quartile 3. Therefore, the value of K is equal to 3. So, substitute lang natin yung value ng K and 3 since the value of K is 3. Therefore, we have 3/4 multiplied by 13 plus 1. And 13 plus 1 is equal to 14. So, we have 3/4 multiplied by 14. So, kapag sinimplify natin yan, we have 10.5. Okay, so we all know that Q3 or the quartile 3 or it is equivalent to 75%, and 75% is greater than 50%. Therefore, we need to round down. Okay, so 10.5 is equal to 10. Therefore, ang ilulocate nating position is yung pang 10. Okay, so we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Therefore, the value of quartile 3 is we have 15. So if we will interpret it, quartile 3 is equal to 75%. It means that 75% of the student has a score of less than or equal to 15. So let's proceed with another example. A researcher collects data on the number of siblings of junior high school student in GJC, and his study yields the following. we have 3, 6, 4, 5, 7, 8, 1, 2, 3, 5, 8, and 2. So find D3, D6, and D8. So in here class, we are dealing with deciles. Okay, so first let's arrange the values in ascending order. Okay, so we have here 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 8. So the value of our n here is, what is the total number of data? We have 12. So therefore, the value of our n here is equal to 12. Okay, so let's use the formula in solving deciles. So first, let's find decile 3. Okay, so we have here dk is equal to k over 10 multiplied by n plus 1. Okay, so the value of k here is 3 since we are to find the value of deciles 3. Therefore, substitute lang natin yung value ng ating k and ng ating n. So we have 3 over 10 multiplied by 12 plus 1. Okay? So isimplify lang natin yung nasa parenthesis, which is 12 plus 1 is equal to 13. So, we have 3 over 10 multiplied by 13. So, kapag na-simplify natin yan, we will get 3.9. Since D3 is 30% and it is less than 50%, therefore, kailangan natin siyang i-round up. So, 3.9 is equal to 4. Therefore, ilulocate natin siya doon sa pang fourth. Okay? So, ano yung number na pang fourth dito sa ating data? We have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So, therefore, the value of D3 is equal to 3. And if we will interpret it, D3 is equal to 30%. Therefore, 30% of the student has a score of less than or equal to 3. So, let's proceed with D6. So, same formula lang yung gagamitin natin. We have dk is equal to k over 10 multiplied by n plus 1. Okay, so since we are finding the value of D6, therefore, the value of our k here is equal to 6. So, substitute lang natin yung value ng ating k at ng n. Okay, so we have 6 over 10 multiplied by 12 plus 1. Since 12 plus 1 is equal to 13. And ang lowest term ng 6 over 10 is we have 3 over 5. Okay, so 3 over 5 multiplied by 13 is we have 7.8. And D6 is equivalent to 60% and 60% is greater than 50%. Therefore, kailangan natin siyang i-round down. So, 7.8 is equal to 7. So, therefore, the position that we need to locate is yung pang 7. Okay? So, bilang tayo ng 7. So, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Okay? So, D6 is we have 5. So, therefore, the value of D6 is equal to 5. It means that 60% of the student has a score of less than or equal to 5. Now, let's proceed with D8. So, same formula yung gagamitin po natin. So, since we are looking for D8, therefore, the value of our K is equal to 8. And so, substitute lang natin yung value ng N. So, we have 8 over 10 multiplied by 12 plus 1. So, ang lowest term ng 8 over 10 is equal to 4 over 5. And then, 12 plus 1 is equal to 13. So, we have 4 over 5 multiplied by 13. So, we have 10.4. So, since D8 is equal to 80% and 80% is greater than 50%, so we need to round down. Okay? So, 10.4 is equal to 10. So, therefore, ang ilulocate natin is yung pang 10. Okay? So, ano yung number na pang 10 dito sa ating data? We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So, therefore, the value of our D8 is equal to 7. We will interpret it. Decile 8 is equivalent to 80%. It means that 80% of the student has a score of less than or equal to 7. Okay? So, let's proceed with another example. The following are scores in statistic test: 18, 20, 16, 5, 12, 15, 10, 8, 9, and 13. Find the value of P15, P30, and P65. So, in here class, we are dealing with percentiles. Okay, so let's arrange the values in ascending order. So, we have 5, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 15, 16, 18, and 20. And the value of our n is equal to 10 since yung total number data which is 10. Okay, so let's find the value of P15. Okay, so gamitin natin yung formula ng percentiles which is k over 100 multiplied by n plus 1. Okay, since we are looking for percentile 15, therefore the value of our k is equal to 15. So we have 15 over 100 and n is equal to 10, therefore we have 10 plus 1. Okay, so 15 over 100 multiplied by 11 is equal to 1.65. Okay, so since P15 is equal to 15% and 15% is less than 50%, therefore kailangan natin siyang i-round up. So 1.65 is equal to 2. Therefore, ang hahanapin nating position is yung pangalawa. Okay, so bilang tayo, we have 1, 2. Therefore, the value of percentile 15 is equal to 8. And if we will interpret it, percentile 15 is equal to 15%. It means that 15% of the student has a score of less than or equal to 8. Now, let's proceed with P34. So, same formula lang yung gagamitin natin. Since we are looking for P34, therefore the value of our k here is equal to 34 and the value of n is 10. So, substitute lang natin yung mga values sa ating formula. Okay, so we have 34 over 100 multiplied by 10 plus 1. So, 34 over 100 multiplied by 11, we will get 3.74, and P34 is equivalent to 34% and 34% is less than 50%. Therefore, we need to round up. So, 3.74, we will get 4. And ang kailangan nating i-locate is yung pang 4th. So, bilang tayo ng hanggang 4th. So, we have 1, 2, 3, and 4. So therefore, the value of P34 or the percentile 34 is equal to 10. So it means that 34% of the student has a score of less than or equal to 10. So next is we have the P65 or the percentile 65. So same formula lang din yung gagamitin natin. So in here class, we are looking for percentile 65. So therefore, the value of our k here is equal to 65. So we have 65 all over 100 multiplied by 10 plus 1. Okay? So 65 over 100 multiplied by 11. So we have 7.15. Okay, so 65 or percentile 65 is equivalent to 65% and 65% is greater than 50%. Therefore, kailangan nating mag-round down. Okay, so 7.15 is equal to 7. Okay, so the position that we need to look is 7. Okay, so bilang tayo ng pang 7. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Therefore, the value of P65 is equal to 15. Okay, so since P65 is equivalent to 65%, it means that 65% of the students has a score of less than or equal to 15. Okay, and that's all for today. I hope you have learned how to calculate a specified measure of position. Thanks for watching and see you later.